right, so as we get comfy on the back, we just start to feel the weight of the body. And then we start to feel the weight of the body being supported by the floor. And then we notice the floor supporting the weight of the body. Begin to notice your breath. And so as you notice your breath, just begin to follow the course of the breath. So as you inhale, start to notice the breath entering at the nostrils. Notice the breath traveling down the throat, all the way to the core. And then as you begin your exhale, start there, way down at the core, and start to follow the breath all the way back up and out through the nostrils or the mouth, whatever you're comfortable with. So take a moment to follow the breath a few rounds. Next, we're going to start to take the attention back to noticing the body. And we start to check in a little more closely with how the body's feeling, what we're noticing that we're holding within the body. So we start way down at the feet with the toes. We start to follow all the way up through the soles of the feet. We notice the tops of the feet. We notice the heels and the ankles. Notice the shins and calves. Take our attention to the kneecaps, the backs of the knees. Notice the thighs, front and back. Notice the hips, front and back. Notice how you're feeling in your belly, your low back. Move the focus out to the fingertips. Notice the palms, the backs of the hands. Notice the wrists, the forearms. Follow up to the elbows, then the upper arms, the shoulders. Notice the chest. Notice how you're feeling in your upper back, in the back of your neck, the throat. Notice what you're feeling in the facial muscles, the back of the head. Move all the way to the crown. Pause here for a moment. And then silently scan all the way back down through the body, back to the toes. Next, we're going to practice some breath work. So we start to take the attention back to the breath. We start to notice the breath a little more closely. Take one hand right to the belly. As you take your hand to the belly, you're going to start to send your breath way down deep to the belly as you inhale. Expand that belly way out. As you exhale, feel the belly fall back down towards the spine. Inhale again to the belly, really expanding out and away. And then exhale. And one more time, let's expand the belly way out. As we inhale, really expanding it away from the floor. As we exhale, we slowly control and feel the belly fall all the way back down to the floor. Let the breath return to normal. Notice how the belly's feeling. And then we're going to take two hands to the ribs, so either side of the rib cage, fingers pointing inward. We're going to send the breath into the ribs as we inhale, so expand the ribs out and away. As you exhale, feel the ribs pull back towards the center. Inhale, expand the ribs once more. And then exhale again, controlling that breath, slowly feeling those ribs move back towards the center line. And then one more time, really expand the ribs again, out and away. And a slow exhale, exhaling all the air from the ribs, and letting those ribs move back towards the center. Then again, we're going to return that breath to its normal pace. We're going to take a moment to notice how the rib cage area is feeling. Part 3 of our breath work. We're going to take one hand right to the center of the chest below the collarbones. Third part of our breath work, we inhale to expand the chest, the top of the chest. We feel the hand rise upward. As we exhale, we feel that hand fall back down towards the floor. Inhale, expand the chest. And exhale. One more time, a deep, slow inhalation. Really moving the chest upward, feeling it expand out. And then a focused and slow exhalation, controlling the airflow. Feeling that chest fall all the way back down towards the floor. Return the breath to normal again. Take a moment to notice how the chest is feeling. And then finally, we're going to work on putting all 3 parts of that breath together for the 3-part breath work. So use the hands if you need to move up and down through the breath work to focus where the breath is going. As you inhale, you're going to expand the belly. Let that breath rise up into the ribs, and then let it rise all the way up to the collarbones. As you exhale, you're going to start at the top. Exhale from the middle, and exhale the air from the belly. Again, we inhale belly, expand to the ribs, expand all the way to the top of the chest. Exhaling from the top, exhaling from the ribs. And then exhaling all the air from the belly, pulling the belly back towards the spine. One more. Inhale, belly. Expand to the ribs. Expand to the top of the chest. Exhale from the top. Exhale from the middle. Exhale all the air from the belly. And we return that breath to normal again. Noticing the effect of breath work on the body, on the mind. And the next time we inhale, we're going to start to integrate our movements by reaching the arms overhead, reaching fingertips away from toes, stretching out nice and long. And then take that stretch wherever you need it to go. So maybe you need to stretch one side longer, and then alternate. Maybe you need to walk the whole body into a C shape, getting a nice long opening to the side. Whatever you do on one side, make sure you do it to the other. And then we're going to inhale up through the center. So reaching up long again through both hands and feet. As you exhale, start to hug the knees to the body. Give that low back a gentle rock side to side. You can start circling knees or whatever feels good for your low back right now. Take your body into that position, into that action. But as you do that, start to take your attention there to the low back. So notice what you're feeling in your low back. Notice how your movement affects that. And then come back to stillness again at the center. Start to reach the soles of the feet up towards the sky. So just very gently. There's no need to straighten the legs all the way if they don't feel like they can do that in this moment. Start to point and flex through the feet. So really reaching through the toes as you point, as you flex, maybe spreading those toes out and away. Circle the ankles. Make sure you go the opposite direction with the ankles as well. And then start to take the soles of the feet to the floor. And so we're going to do a little twisting here. Take the soles to the floor. Start to walk the feet away from each other. So knees are still bent, but the feet are just moving out wider than the mat or just to the edges of the mat, whatever feels good for your body in this moment. Take the arms out to a low T shape. And then take your attention back to your breath because we're going to synchronize our movement and our breath one more time. So as we inhale, we're at center. As we exhale, we're going to start letting the knees fall to one side. It doesn't matter which side, just whatever they feel like doing. And then as we inhale, we're going to bring those knees back up. And exhale, slowly let them fall to the opposite side. So once you get that breath synchronized, keep moving with your breath. Start adding the head to the action. So whatever way your knees are traveling, your nose starts to travel the opposite direction. Keep following your breath, feeling the breath lead the motion. And then the next time the knees fall over to the right, nose to the left, I want you to stay there. I want you to check in with your body again. So maybe you need to tuck the shoulder blades under. Maybe you need to adjust the hips or the feet for comfort in your twist. And then once you get settled into that twist, start to take the attention back to the breath. As you inhale, feel the left side body rising upward towards the ceiling. As you exhale, feel the whole body relaxing towards the floor. So we inhale to expand that upward facing side of the body. Find a little more space and flexibility. As we exhale, we relax everything down. And one more deep inhalation here, expanding up and exhaling to relax. Next time we inhale, we start to take those knees and nose back up through center. Exhale to the opposite side. So knees, I think, are falling to the left, nose to the right. Again, we're going to check in, maybe tuck under the shoulder blades if they need to. Check in with hips and feet, move around a little bit. And then once you get comfortable in your twist, take your attention back to your breath once more. As you inhale, feel that left side body expanding upward. As you exhale, feel everything relaxing down. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, really expanding. Exhale, relaxing closer to the ground. And one more time, deep inhalation, really expand through the left. Exhale to release. And then inhale, nose and knees back up to the center again. Start to hug the knees back to the body. If you would like to curl the forehead towards the knees to get the upper neck into the stretch, you can. But just for a breath or so, and then we're going to take the head back to the floor. So I want you to release the hold on your legs, but I want you to start reaching the hands between the knees towards the feet. And we're letting the knees come out to the side, so bound angle pose. If you can't reach the feet quite yet, that's okay. You can start reaching for the shins. So just let those knees fall out to the side. Feeling the hips start to release and relax a little more deeply. Breathing into wherever you feel a stretch. And then again, we're going to inhale, take the feet back to the floor. And from here, you're going to make your way up to your seat any way you'd like to. So rolling up or rocking to one side and helping yourself with a push, coming up to a comfortable seat. And so for us tonight, a comfortable seat is any seat that makes you feel stable from the sits bones up. And as you can see, I have a really bad dog here right now. He's just been a mess while you guys were lying down. So I'm hoping he's going to go lay down in just a sec and stop interrupting. So we're sitting nice and tall. Your legs can be out ahead. They can be tucked under if that's comfortable for you, or crossed. So the important thing that we're going to focus on in this moment is grounding through the sits bones. Feeling the sits bones making contact with the floor, moving the flesh out of the way if necessary. And then from here, start to take the attention up the spine, thinking about growing that spine longer with every inhalation. Until you get to the crown of the head. So feel the crown of the head reaching more close to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, feel the shoulders relax down the back. And then we're going to start working with our neck a little bit. So next time we inhale, we're going to take the chin up towards the sky. Feel the front of the throat lengthen. As you exhale, tuck the chin towards the throat. Feel the back of the neck lengthen. Inhale, reach the chin towards the ceiling, lengthen the throat, give space to the front of the neck. Exhale, tuck the chin again. And then inhale the nose to neutral. As you exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. One more time, we're going to inhale that nose through center. Exhale, look over the right. Start to take your nose towards your shoulder. So we're really stretching into these side neck muscles when we do that. And we're going to start to let this left set of fingertips come towards the floor. So what we want to do here is let the gravity weight this left arm as much as possible. And then we start to feel that stretch nicely into the side, the left side of the neck. You can even walk the fingertips further away from the body. Just be very mindful of what you're feeling in the left side of the neck, so don't overstretch. And then the next time we inhale, take that left hand to the lap, start to raise the head, come through center, exhale to the left with the nose, and take the nose towards the shoulder, so nose to the left shoulder. Start to let the right set of fingertips come out to the side. Find yourself feeling that gravity weigh the right arm towards the floor. And then when you feel like you want to go a little deeper with that stretch, begin to walk the right fingertips away from the body. Once you get a good stretch here, take a couple of breaths. Feel those neck muscles releasing. And then we inhale back up, let the right hand come back to the lap. Come to neutral with the nose. Take the fingertips out to either side. As you inhale, start to raise the arms upward. As you exhale, reaching between the fingertips, lengthening through the arms. Feel the arms pulling away from the midline. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, reach out. This time, let's plant that right hand. As we inhale, we're going to reach the left arm up. Start to reach over, check in with the sits bones, make sure they're both making contact with the floor here. So start to breathe into that side body, feel that side stretch. Readjust that standing right hand wherever you need to. And then maybe you might feel that stretch happening all the way from the hip, up the side body, into the armpit, maybe even up the arm towards the pinky finger. And then we're going to inhale all the way back up. Reach two hands up overhead. Exhale the left hand down. Start to reach over with the right. And again, use your breath here. Just feel where you need to go with your side stretch. But do check in with those sits bones. Make sure that you're nice and grounded there. Once you get your side stretch, really reach through your arm. Start to feel that stretch coming from the hip, up the side body, through the armpit, and possibly down the arm towards the pinky finger. Keep breathing here. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale the hands to the heart. If you need to move your seat around a bit, if you need to change the cross of your legs or anything like that, take a moment to move around, get comfy. I'm going to do a couple more seated postures here. So we do want to sit up nice and tall. We're going to take the fingertips to either side again. As we inhale, we're going to reach up through the arms. Exhale, hands to heart once again. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. As you exhale, twist to the right. So we're just looking out over the right knee. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to twist to the right again as we exhale. This time maybe a little deeper. You might want to take the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. If you would like to move deeper into this twist, begin to take the right hand up and behind the body. Let the right fingertips touch down. And finally, you can take the gaze over the back shoulder. Keep breathing here, feeling the spine grow long, reaching through the crown of the head as you inhale. As you exhale, feel the body find some more space in that twist. And the next time we inhale, we're coming back to center. Reach the arms way up. Exhale the hands to the heart again. Start to twist towards the left. So the first twist, we're just coming to look out over the knee. Inhale, come back to neutral. Lengthen as you reach the top of that inhalation through the crown of the head. As you exhale, you're twisting towards that left leg again, perhaps taking the right hand on the outside of the left thigh. And again, if you would like to take the twist deeper, you can start to take that left arm up and around to reach behind you and plant that left hand down on the ground. Keep breathing here. And then as we inhale, we're coming back to neutral. Let's take the legs out ahead of us now. So we're going to take the legs out straight ahead. And then we're going to take them just a little bit wider. Check in with your sits bones. Find that contact between the sits bones and the floor. Let's take the right sole of the foot in towards the left thigh. And so here you may need your blanket or your pillow for support, so just have those handy. As we inhale, we're reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. Exhale, twist towards the straight leg, the left leg, and then begin to fold gently towards the leg. So if you need some support, you can place your pillow or your blanket between your torso and your leg. And that makes the pose a little more restorative so that you can relax towards that leg and focus on your breath. And so as you take your next inhale, come up about halfway. Lengthen through the spine one more time. Exhale to fold back towards the left leg. And then take the palms of the hands to the floor and allow the body to relax as much as possible into your forward fold. Keep breathing here. One more breath. Inhale back up. Coming back to center. We're going to switch legs. So stretching out that right, taking the left sole in towards the right thigh. Have your prop handy. Inhale up nice and long through the spine, through the crown of the head. As you exhale, you're going to twist towards the right leg and start to move the body closer to the leg with a forward fold. Prop up if you'd like to. Get settled into your forward fold for a couple of breaths. So just feel that stretch begin to initiate. And then we inhale up about halfway. Lengthen the spine again. So pull the crown of the head away from the tailbone as you inhale. As you exhale, you're folding. Again, allow the palms to relax down on the floor. Start to take the attention to the breath, and that might help you to relax a little deeper into your forward fold. As you inhale, notice the body expand. And as you exhale, allow the body to relax a little bit closer towards the leg. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. And then we're going to inhale all the way back up, walking the hands back up. And we come back to neutral. Taking both legs out this time. Wide leg seated posture. Check in with those sits bones one more time. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. As you exhale, this time we're folding forward, just straight up the center. So just a little forward fold to start with. Check in with your feet. Make sure you feel your toes pointing upwards towards the ceiling. If your hamstrings are feeling extra tight today, you can give those knees a very slight bend just to relieve some of that pressure. We're going to inhale up halfway. Again, reach the crown away from the tailbone. As you exhale, folding forward again. Again, you can use your prop here if you'd like to support the torso a bit. And allow yourself to relax into your forward fold in a little bit more of a restorative manner tonight. 2 more breaths here. One more breath. As you inhale next, start to walk the body up. You can move your props out of the way for now. We're going to roll around to tabletop position. So come into tabletop, check in with your alignment. Make sure you have wrists and elbows directly under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Take a little rock back so that you can spread your fingers nice and wide, giving you a solid base. Take your attention back to your breath. So as you inhale, feel yourself push into the hands. Look forward, pull the chest through between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, focus on pulling the shoulder blades away from each other as you round the back and tuck the chin. Inhale, reach through with the chest, look forward. And exhale, broaden the shoulders, push into the hands, tuck the chin. Let's do one more like this. Inhale, reaching through with the chest, looking forward, push into your hands. Exhale, broaden the shoulders, tuck the chin. Again, push into your hands at the end. Inhale to neutral. Do any adjusting that you need to. We're going to add a little motion to our cat and cow, a little more dynamic here. So as we inhale again, we're going to look forward, reaching forward with the chest. This time as we exhale, we start at the belly. We start curling the belly back towards the spine, and then we start taking the hips back towards the heels. Inhale, come forward, lead with your chest. Exhale, curl the belly, hips to heels. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Follow your breath. 2 more. Inhale, forward. And exhale. And 1 more. Inhale, forward. And exhale all the way back to child's pose this time. So keep the arms nice and active ahead of you. If you'd like your prop under your belly for child's pose, you can grab it. You can put it under the whole torso, whatever feels good. Let your head relax down. So I'm not going to let my head relax down in order for you to hear me. But a very active yet relaxed child's pose. We start to take the attention to the breath. Feel the back ribs expanding as you inhale. As you exhale, feel the whole body relaxing closer to the floor. Inhale, expand. And exhale, relax. Next time we inhale, we're coming back to tabletop. Check in with your alignment one more time. And we're going to do some low to the ground baby sun salutations here. So just follow with me. These are pretty easy, but they're really good core activation, shoulder strengthening, core strengthening practice. So as we inhale, we're coming to tabletop. As we exhale, we're going to curl the belly back and sit all the way back. This time we're inhaling forward, yet we're coming all the way through down to the belly, so you might need to walk the hands up slightly. Next, we have a baby cobra, so make sure you ground through the feet. As you exhale, pull the belly towards the spine, feel the hips drop. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. As we inhale, we're coming back to table. And exhaling back all the way to child's pose. We're going to do 4 more. Inhale up to tabletop. Exhale, lower down, all the way to the ground. As you finish your exhale, make sure you activate your belly. And then we're going to inhale up to cobra. And exhale all the way down. Inhale, table. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, table, coming through to the belly. As you finish your exhale, activate your core. Plant your tops of the feet. Inhale up to cobra. This time we're going to hold cobra for 2 breaths. So keep breathing. 1 more breath. And exhale all the way down. Inhale, we're pushing up to table. Exhale, back to child's. Inhale, we're coming all the way up to table again. Exhale, lower to the belly. So get set up for your cobra. Plant the tops of the feet. Check in with your core. Exhale, activate the belly. Inhale, up to cobra. 3 breaths this time if you can. If you can't, just lower down when you need to. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Lower down. Inhale, come up to table. Exhale all the way back to child's pose. Stay there for a couple of breaths. So again, find comfort in your child's pose. Take your attention to your breath. 1 more breath. And then we're going to inhale back to table. We're getting ready to come up to standing, we're going to use downward facing dog, but if you do not practice downward facing dog, you can just meet us up at standing any way you like to get there. So check in with your alignment here in tabletop. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, turn your toes under and start to raise the hips. So just a very gentle dog to start with. Keep the knees bent, pedal through the feet. Maybe let the head drop. Feel that weight release towards the floor. Come back to the knees. Readjust any alignment you need to. Inhale, curl the toes under. Exhale, push all the way back to child's pose again. Push all the way back to downward facing dog again. This time, really straightening through the legs as much as you can. We're staying here for 2 breaths. So keep breathing. Release the head. 1 more breath. And when you're ready, you're going to start walking your feet to your hands. Start bending the knees as the feet get closer to the hands. And we're going to stay in a gentle forward fold here. So take the hands wherever they reach, fronts of the legs, sides of the legs, or the floor. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then we're going to inhale and come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms overhead. Take the hands to the heart. We're standing in a comfortable standing posture, hands to heart. Allow your body just to catch its breath. And then come up to the front of your mat for mountain pose, Tadasana. So at the front of your mat, check in with your feet. Make sure you feel the weight being distributed down the center of the foot. Check in with your knees. Make sure they're not locked. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and then down the back. Let the palms face forward. As you inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. As you exhale, feel the body settle in your posture. We're going to do 1 sun salutation without hands here. So it's just going to be from standing. So we're going to inhale, the arms way up. Exhale, we're going to fold. Inhale, we're coming up halfway. Flat back. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, bend your knees, press into your feet, reach the arms overhead. Exhale the hands to the heart. And then let the hands come down next to the sides. Back to mountain pose. The next time we take an inhale, we're going to take the hands to the hips. And we're going to step the right foot out so that we are facing the long edge of our mat. And so from here, we're going to turn the right toes out to face the short edge of the mat. Let's inhale the arms to a T. As we exhale, we're going to bend that front knee into our first warrior 2 of the day. So check in with your front knee before we do any moving around. Make sure your knee is facing the same direction as your toes and it's not falling inward or outward. So let's inhale, straighten. We're going to try that 1 more time just to make sure we have our alignment nice and comfortable. We inhale the arms to a T, exhale, bend the front knee. Start to really take your attention to your balance point through 2 feet. Push into those feet, feel the legs activate. and become nice and strong. Take your gaze over your front fingers. We're just taking a couple breaths here in Warrior Two. Next time we inhale, we're going to rotate that right arm to face upward. As we exhale, we're reaching the right fingers up towards the ceiling. Peaceful warrior, reversed warrior. Inhale back to Warrior Two. Exhale the arms down. Straighten that front knee. And we're going to walk that back foot in just a little bit so we can practice triangle pose. So we're going to inhale the arms out again. Start to reach that right arm way out ahead. Feel the left hip jut out towards behind you. As you exhale, very gently let this right hand drop towards the shin. Now, from here, we're really just supporting very lightly onto the shin. If you can go deeper towards the ankle, you can just let the hand slide down gently. So once you get that chest nice and open, and it may be here that you need to be to have your chest open towards the wall ahead, or you can let it, you can just test it out, see how deep you can go, as well as keeping the chest open. Inhale the top arm up. And just take a couple breaths here. So inhaling for one, and exhale. Inhaling for two, and exhale. The next time you inhale, take that top hand to the hip. Start to bend the front knee just a little bit to keep yourself safe as you're coming back up. Again, take all the toes towards the long edge of the mat. And from here, we're actually going to take both sets of toes out just slightly. We're going to practice a few wide leg squats to strengthen, power up the lower body, release any tension we've accumulated throughout our day today. So from here, we take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, start to take the tailbone towards the floor. So check in with the knees, make sure they're not falling inward. Use the hands to help keep them out if you need to. And then we inhale back up. Lengthen the spine. Exhale again, tailbone towards the floor. We bend the knees. Check the knees for safety. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, tailbone towards floor. And then finally pushing into those feet as we inhale, standing up. We're going to take the toes back, facing towards the long edge. Find your distance of stance for Warrior Two on the other side. So we inhale, we start to take those left toes outward. Check in with the body, check in with the feet. Make sure that the heel is relatively across from the arch of the opposite foot. We're going to inhale the arms up, T-shape. Exhale, bend the front knee. So again, check in with that knee. You may need to adjust. Let's stay here for 2 breaths. Inhaling for 1, and exhale. Inhaling number 2, and exhale. And then we're going to straighten that front knee as we inhale, drop the arms. Check in with the knee again. Make any adjustments. Let's go. Deep inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, Warrior Two one more time. So keep breathing here. Breathing for 2. Next time we inhale, rotate the front arm to face upward. As we exhale, reaching the left fingertips towards the sky. Keep breathing. Inhale back to Warrior Two. Exhale the arms down. Let's straighten that front leg. Walk the back foot in just a bit. Getting set up for our triangle pose. So make sure that you feel like you're about the same distance for the other side. Here we inhale the arms up again to a T. As we exhale, we start reaching the left hand way ahead. We let the right hip poke out towards the back. Once you get as far as you can with that reach, you let the left hand come down towards the floor. Check in with the chest. Make sure that you feel that it's open towards the wall ahead of you. And then if you would like to try to take that reach a little bit lower, you can. Inhale the right arm up. And let's stay here for a couple of breaths. Inhaling for 1. And exhale. Inhaling for 2. And exhale. Next time we inhale, we're reaching through the back arm. We're taking hands to hips. And as we exhale, we're taking all the toes towards the front one more time. We're going to do a little wide leg forward fold here. So inhale, lengthen the spine. Take the hands right to the hip crease to help you fold at the right spot. Keep the back nice and flat. Let's come halfway first. So here you can use your hands on the fronts of your thighs for some leverage. Push those hips way behind you. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, you can forward fold all the way. Take the hands wherever that works for you. 2 breaths here. 1 more breath. And then we're going to inhale all the way up. So if you need to take the hands back to the fronts of the thighs for a little push to help up, you can do that. And then we're going to step the feet all the way back together. Shake it out. And let's come into just a very simple balance with tree pose. So come back to Tadasana, to mountain pose. And we're going to start balancing on whichever foot you would like to balance on first. Start to take the weight to the standing foot. And just begin to lift the opposite leg by bending the front knee. You can leave that set of toes on the floor while you figure out the balance. So before you move deeper into your pose, exhale, activate the core, drop the shoulders down the back. And then when you're ready, you can start to take that knee out to the side. So whatever you need for your balance tonight. So you can leave that toe on the floor. You can walk the toe further out away from the standing foot if you need wider base this evening. And you can also go as far into the pose as your body will allow you to do today. And let's take 1 more slow breath here. Start to come out of your pose. And exhale all the way down. Get ready for side 2. So back to mountain pose. Shifting the weight to your standing foot. You can start to peel those opposite toes off the floor. Before you move all the way into your posture, check in with your core. Exhale, activate, drop the shoulders. And then you can begin taking that knee out to the side and placing the foot wherever it works for you today. 2 more breaths here. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale back down to standing to mountain pose. Inhale the arms up, we're coming back to our seat. As we exhale, we're coming through chair pose. So take the arms wherever that works for you tonight. Take a breath here in chair. And when you're ready, you can start to take the hands towards the floor, widen the feet, and come all the way back down to your seat. So from your seat, we're going to very Slowly roll all the way down to your back. You guys can start rolling. I'm gonna start talking you through cooling down just a little bit here. So we're gonna take our soles of the feet to the floor as you're lying on your back. Start to take the right ankle on top of the left knee. And let that right knee just kind of fall towards opening the hip. Maybe even give it a gentle push away from the body, so very gently. When you feel ready, wrap 2 hands around the left thigh. Start to hug the legs towards the body. And breathe into your reclining pigeon for a couple of breaths. Next time you inhale, start to take the foot back to the floor. So we're taking the left foot back to the floor, unwrapping the ankle, and we're going to do the opposite side. So we take the left ankle to the right knee. Again, we just let that left knee sort of fall outward towards the floor. You can give it a gentle shove away from the body. When you're ready, wrap 2 hands around the right thigh. Start to pull the legs towards the body. Keep breathing here. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Inhale, start to unwind, unwrap. If you'd like to windshield wipe the knees or take the legs into happy baby, or both. And then as you're feeling ready, you can start to stretch out on your mat. If you'd like a blanket under your knees for comfort during Shavasana, you can place that there for comfort. Start to tuck the shoulder blades under. Let the arms rotate out. Palms facing up. Find some space between the feet. And some space between the arms and the body. Let the head move from side to side. And let it find its resting place at the center. Blink the eyes open and then closed. Start to take the attention to the breath. Feel the body inflate as you inhale. Feel the body relax and become heavier as you exhale. In just the next few minutes, we're going to move right into Yoga Nidra. So if you're staying for Yoga Nidra, you can stay right where you are, or if you need to get up and take a quick break, get some water, restroom, you can also do that. If you are leaving class right now, I'd like to take a moment to just come up to seated with you. And we can take our hands to the heart. And if you're exiting class, may we be healthy, may we be happy, may we be at peace, and namaste.